Hi guys, what's up? Myself, Abhishek Bansal. I'm from Mumbai, India, and I'm taking AA paper for all those people who gonna appear for ACCA exam. I hope you guys are doing well. You have started preparing for your upcoming exams. So AA paper is very easy, very logical because it has objective type question. That's the best part. Okay. So when we want to understand objectives, okay. So what I have analyzed in the past years is things are majorly repeated. So as a tutor for you, I'll be talking today, I'll be teaching you the content, how to think objective type questions. Okay. So here I have a sheet is from Kaplan wherein I'm going to talk about your OT questions which have come in the past exam. So this session is specifically covering all the past questions of objective which have come in the exam. So we will discuss the MCQ, how to answer, how to think, and then apply the answer. Okay. So you can find this in our app, this PDF, or you can, if you're not getting this PDF, you can comment on the YouTube, I mean on the link on the channel below, so that I'll be sending you specifically the link where you can download this PDF. Okay. Also, if you want to buy the regular classes of all papers, you can go and visit our website. You can go and visit our website. The name of our website is www.letslearnindia.in. You have to go to the website. letslearnindia.in. Internet not working. Now, when you go to our website, you go to professional course, you go to ACCA, go to skill level, you will see all the subjects. So we have F9, which is taken by CA Chetan Kansara sir. I am Abhishek Bansal. I take F8 paper, that's double eight. We have F7 for Ravikant Miryala sir. Okay, F7, that's your FR. And we have F5, that's by CA Dhanush sir. All the papers F5, F7, F8, F9, all are in 100% English, immediate access with soft copy of material. You can start watching the lecture, immediate access. Okay, you just have to go there. For example, if you want to buy Ravikant sir, you go to here, select your attempt. It's basically soft copy, recorded lectures, unlimited views with 6 months validity, and this is with 12 months validity. So whatever attempt you are planning, you can start studying. So the course details are here. It's approx 68 hours, 100% English. Your doubts will be taken by a WhatsApp and Telegram group, and you just go to buy now and put your details. Immediately you'll get the access of the lectures. Okay. So we have right now F7, we have F5, so we have F5 is your PM, F7 is your FR, F8 is AA, that's audit and assurance, F9 is your financial management. You can buy either of the paper. Okay, cool. Now let's talk about our session for the day, wherein we're gonna solve the objective questions of the past papers which have come, and subsequently I'll be doing all the objective questions also separately. Okay, which is there in the material. So now let's take one by one. The first question what we are doing is of attempt March and or June 22. So it says, if you have a sheet of a paper or a pen and calci also, because we'll have some calculation wala questions also. So take a paper and a pen and a calci, because I have a habit of teaching in a very different manner. So for the purpose of MCQ, we will not be ticking it out. We'll be writing it out. Then we will evaluate our answer. So we'll do one by one attempt, check the answer, jump to the answer, check the answer. If it is right, then tap. Oh wow, wow, I've done it. If it is wrong, then we'll think why it is wrong. Okay. It says it is July 2025, whatever you want to take. You are an audit manager at Doge & Co, a medium-sized firm with several offices. As part of your role, you are responsible for undertaking procedures relating to the acceptance of new clients. So you are accepting new clients basically. You are currently involved in the acceptance of 4 new clients. Brigade Company has invited Doge to perform a limited assurance review. Limited assurance review of its FS. This is a review engagement. Doge does not provide any of the services to the company. Only what are you providing? Limited assurance. Trim Transport Company. The board of directors of Trim Transport Company have set target key performance indicators to assess the company ka performance for the year ended 31st March. The board has asked Doge and Co. to perform an assessment of performance to 31st March so and so, and to prepare a report for the board as to see whether the KPIs have been achieved. KPI means key performance indicators. The board will provide access to books, records relating to the KPIs. Doge will not provide any other service. What are they doing? They are doing some assessment performance. Assessment performance. Third, Keegan and Co. Third one is what? Keegan and Co. An existing audit team, audit client, is considering setting up an internal audit department. The directors are unsure whether to hire the staff or to outsource the function. Keegan has approached Doge to inquire as to whether it could provide internal audit service. This is specifically on internal audit. Okay. Leteco. Doge has recently accepted a new client, Leteco. The previous order, Catch and Co. resigned from the audit. The resignation concept. Doge was appointed 4th June. Lete is in the early stage of legal action against CAT for failing to detect the fraud. So the company has sued the old CA firm, old chartered accountancy firm, old auditor to detect a fraud. Okay. This is the story. Now, questions. So, like this question will be there in your exam. Okay. An assurance engagement can provide limited assurance or reasonable assurance. Correct. So, audit basically provides reasonable assurance. Review provides limited assurance. Correct. Indicate by clicking on the relevant box in the table below whether each of the following is true of limited assurance, reasonable assurance, or both. So, basically, this is the question. You have to select the correct box. Which one is correct? Take 2 minutes time. I will also see. I will also read. Done? Now let's think. An audit is an example of this type of assurance engagement. Which one? Audit may which assurance? We give reasonable. So I'm writing here. We'll check the answers later on, okay? So first I'm saying first one reasonable. Correct? Audit is reasonable assurance. Dash provides lower level of assurance. Dash provides lower level of assurance. The lower is given in case of review engagement. Review may basically means limited assurance. So this is 2 is limited. My answer is 2 is limited. Third, judgment is required to determine the appropriate procedures required to obtain this type of assurance. So you have to take some judgment. So audit may also, when I talk about audit means basically reasonable assurance. So audit, reasonable assurance, you take judgment. Review may also you have to take judgment. So I think it should be both. I think it should be both. Both. Fourth, a negative form of conclusion. Boss, audit may, reasonable may, we provide positively worded assurance. Review may, negative, limited assurance. What it is? Limited. So please check your answers. This I am circling to both. This is I am saying to it is limited review. Okay. We'll check the answer later on. Okay. Question number 2. Which two of the following tests would Doge and Co carry out as a part of limited assurance review? So basically Doge के लिए for the Doge is doing for Bradgate review. So review में basically what do you do, sir? You do two kinds of procedures. You do two kinds of procedures if you know. The review may we do A and I. A and I. AI. If you remember AI. 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 A and I. A is basically analytical process. I is inquiry. These are my two processes if you know. Review, entire review wale concept may we have studied only two processes. A and I. A and I. Choose your answer. A, B. So my answer is A and B. A, B. Third, the IISB framework for assurance engagement requires certain elements to be present in every assurance engagement. Boss, elements. Which of the elements required by the framework is not present in respect of proposed engagement for trim transport co? Hold on. Trim. Read this para again. Which is not present. Choose. If I remember the theory of element wala, so there must always be a three-party relationship, correct? Entity, the auditor basic, practitioner auditor, and the user. If I see this, the board of T, I mean the entity, is saying the CA to prepare the report, the doge the form, okay? Who's the user? So the board is the user only. But always for an assurance engagement, we say there has to be a three-party relationship, correct? Practitioner, the entity, and the user. So as per me, the answer should be A. The answer should be A. You also write A, correct? Fourth. Now, question number 4. Identify by clicking on the relevant box in the table below whether each of the statements relating to possible provision of the internal audit services to Keygen and Co by Doge and Co is true or false. So apply true or false. Okay. Internal audit. The risk of Doge, assuming management responsibility would be reduced by using a separate team of staff who are not involved in the external audit. The management ka risk could be reduced if I use a separate team who are not in one external audit. Means I am having a separate team. I am Doge. I am appointing a separate team. So risk could be reduced. Sir, entity में management का risk can never be reduced even if you appoint a CA firm or an audit firm or an internal audit firm. The risk is same only. It cannot be reduced. So fourth का first one I would say it is false. Second, Doge and Co should consider whether Keygen has appointed responsible overseer to internal audit activities. Oversee internal audit activities. The company must have appointed somebody to oversee internal audit activities. True. Management only has to appoint. 3. The materiality of the FS amounts affected by the internal audit service should be considered while evaluating the significance of self-review threat. So materiality of the FS means 100 rupee ka transaction is there in the FS, and imagine you are doing some activity of like 12 rupees or 15 rupees. So obviously it will be affecting. I think this answer should be true. It should be true. So this answer should also be true. Correct? Fifth question. It says Cat and Co. The law has argued that the firm failed to detect the fraud in latter company's financial statement due to inherent limitations in the audit, and that it had in fact obtained sufficient and appropriate evidence to enable it to detect MMS due to fraud. So they have obtained PSI to detect MMS due to fraud. Which of the following would be an inherent limitations of the audit? Inherent limitations of the audit. Read. Which of the following would be? Would be. Tell me. Sir, audit may you don't check everything. You do sample basis. This is nonsense reason. This is also nonsense. We don't rely on the information. Correct? We have to perform procedure. So ideally, you have done sampling. So sampling is a part of audit. It's an inherent limitation. The answer is D. Answer is D. Okay. So we have done 1 to 5. Let's check the answer. So we do one by one and then we check the answer. Let's check the solution. First, reasonable, reasonable. Limited, limited. Both, limited, limited. A and B, A and B. Correct? A, A. False, true, true. False, true, true. D, D. Wow. What teaching? All right, all right. Okay. So like these questions will be there on similar lines it will be there and there are full chance of getting repeated. See, there cannot be any amendment, any change in the syllabus. It's in stages, it is same only. Okay. The pattern of the questions also remain the same, little bit here and there. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is a question from September, December 21. Okay. Now let's read. It is July, 1st July. You are an audit supervisor of Willow and Co. and you are involved in the audit of Ash Co. for the year ended 31st March so and so. You have been allocated responsibility for the audit of bank and cash and share capital. Bank, cash and share capital. Bank and cash. Ash Co. has various accounts with two banking institutions. It holds a number of long-standing accounts. Long-standing accounts with the Silver Oak Bank and a number of new accounts have been opened during the year with Money Tree Bank. They have various accounts with Silver Oak and new accounts have been opened with Money Tree. Two banks are there. However, the management of Ashco has refused to grant Willow & Co. permission to obtain a bank confirmation from the new bank. You have asked for an explanation but have not received any satisfactory response. So you wanted to inquire with the bank. Company is saying, Achha, we will not allow you. We will not allow you to talk to the bank to take confirmation. Okay. The area of the bank in cash has been deemed as high risk. Okay, it was high risk because number of errors were found during the prior year audit. The engagement partners therefore emphasize the importance of the procedure performed in the area of FS. Share capital. During the year ended so and so, Ashco issued 1 lakh $1 equity shares. Okay. Ashco maintains all of its records in this area. The audit partners raise concern over whether the transaction has been carried out in compliance with all laws and regulations. Okay. Done? 5 questions. Question number 1. Let's see. You are reviewing the audit plan for Ashco and have allocated a number of procedures to be performed in bank and cash to your audit assistant. In order to help your audit assistant perform the work, which you want to give them more detail regarding procedure. Which type of audit procedure is been demonstrated by each of the following tests? Okay. So these are the procedures 1, 2, 3. Okay. You need to identify which one it is. Obtain Ashco's ka bank RICO and cast to ensure mathematical accuracy. You have to check what? Mathematical accuracy. So, sir, they have given re-performance, inspection, recalculation, external confirmation. I'm doing bank RICO. Okay, bank RICO, I have to check mathematical accuracy, whether it's everything is correct or not. Okay. What it is? The calculation is what? Recalculation. So, first one ka first. As per me, it should be recalculation. Sir, we are calculating something, na sir? Recalculation. Second, Obtain a bank confirmation letter. Bro. This is so simple, sir. You are taking bank confirmation. Sir, confirmation it is. So this is second one is what? External confirmation. Third, perform a cash count for comparison with the results of the cash count conducted by ASCO. So you have done once. Now you are doing again. Somebody has done one procedure. You are doing again. So when you do again a procedure, it is called as what? Reperformance. My third answer is what? Reperformance. Okay. Understood? Second, your audit assistant has gathered following audit evidence in relation to the bank and cash. Print out from ASCO's online banking system provided by the accounts clerk. Clerk has given you some printout. Bank reco prepared by the audit assistant using client card documents. Okay. Results of cash count performed by the internal audit and bank confirmation letter received from Silver Oak. Now, in order to respond to the increased level of risk, okay, level of risk is high, you want to be make sure you are using the most reliable audit evidence. So what are they saying? Which of the following options correctly rank from the evidence? Starting, which one is most reliable? Which one is most reliable? Most reliable. So if you remember internal evidence, external evidence. So always remember external is the most reliable one. Out of four, first choose which one is external reliable. External evidence basically. Which one is external evidence? Out of four, choose. Which one is external? Bank confirmation. So that's the most reliable. So for me, this is cancelled, this is cancelled. Correct? Because that is external one, this is reliable. So this is my number one. Now, after bank reco, which will be the next one, sir? Either it is 3 or either it is 2. The option, so you have to be a little smart, right? Results of cash count performed by internal audit or bank reco prepared by my audit assistant using client documents. Your article has done, your audit assistant has done with client document. I think that would be more reliable. So ideally, this should be second. Then automatically this becomes third. This becomes fourth. So my answer would be 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1 is D. Second is D. I am right. D. Understood how to think? They are asking which one is the most suitable audit. So, sir, external one is reliable. External is confirmation. That is the first one. So A and B gets cancelled. You are left with C and D. Then choose between C and D. Third, sir, which two of the following actions should the firm take Ash company's refusal to allow V and Co to seek bank confirmation from Money? Which action should Willow and Co take following Ash? Achha, they have refused. So what action you should do? What action? So D to I will not do because you can't send it directly. You have to route it via the entity only. So I will evaluate the risk, perform some audit process. So for me, it is A and B. A and B. And later on you can give modified opinion also, but I think A and B is my correct answer. I will check the risk and perform some alternative audit procedure. Fourth, you have been given the following back reconciliation prepared by ASCO. Okay. Balance as per bank statement, adjusted for unpresented cash, then you have outstanding lodgements. So balance as per cash book. 4200 plus lodgements minus unpresented checks. So my balance is 6,000 as per cash book. Following issues have been identified. Checks totaling to 3,000. I'll use 3,000 here, okay? So 300 because the amount is in triple zeros. Na? Were not posted until 2nd June are included in the cash book. So you will minus that. Then customer payment totaling 700 which were paid into the bank on 3 June are included in the cash book at the year end. Bank charges of 100 were not charged by the bank until June 25. Okay. What is the question? What is the resultant effect on the bank and cash balance as a result of this issues? Overstated by 4, understated by 3, overstated by 5, understated by 4. Tell me. Bank charges are not charged. So ideally it should be charged. So if it is charged, the 100 will get minus from here. So it is not charged. Means it is overstated. Okay. Then checks totaling to 300 were not posted until June 5 are included in the cash book. Customer payment 700 which were paid into the bank on 3rd are included in the cash book. You are supposed to identify cash and bank balance. Were not posted, na? Okay. These are included. They should not be included. So I think it is 400 ka overstatement. It should be not there, na? But they have included. So it should be 400 ka overstatement. 400 ka overstatement. 400 ka overstatement. 400 ka overstatement comes in A. 400 ka overstatement because it is included. Ideally, it should not be included. So my answer is overstated by $400. 400 lakhs dollars. Okay. $400,000. My mistake. $400,000. Fifth, which of the following procedure would address the audit engagement partner concern in relation to share ka issue? Okay, 1 second. Let's read the story first. This is the story. Read this. Okay. Which of the following procedure would address the audit engagement partner concern in relation to the share issue? Choose. Inspect board minutes, inspect constitution documents for wherein the share issue is permitted, obtain a written representation from management to confirm the share issues in compliance with law. Management can write nonsense. This is so wrong. Agree the quantity and this is no, you don't never check quantity, you check compliance of law. So as per me, the ideal would be constitutional documents, right? Constitutional documents. So 5 is B, 5 is B, 5 is B. Over. Let's check the answer. First one, recalculation. External confirmation, external confirmation. Reperformance, reperformance. 2 ka D, 2 ka D. 3 ka they have given A, B and C also. But I told you A and B looks logical because they have asked 2. So there's a mistake in the question there. 4 is A, 4 is A, 5 is B, 5 is B. Over. 40 check. One more right. Okay. So let's do one more. March 21. It is 1st July 2000. So you are an audit supervisor of York and Co. You are involved in audit of Lancaster Co. For the year ended. The company owns a significant amount of non-current assets, including a number of properties. Non-current asset. Lancaster company depreciates property on straight line basis (SLM) at the rate of 5% per annum. The depreciation charge is $2 million compared with the 1.7 million in the previous year. Okay, on buildings. On 31st March, property A was sold for sale proceeds equal to 40% of its original cost. The property initially cost $6 million and been owned and depreciated for 7 years. The audit program includes the following tests to be carried out in relation to the additions made during the year. Agree a sample of additions recording non-current assets register to the cash book and purchase invoice, ensuring the purchase date is accurate and it's recorded the correct amount. Compare the total budgeted additions to the actual additions and investigate and corroborate any significant difference. So you do a sample of addition and check purchase date is accurate and is required the correct amount, so date and amount. Second main, whatever we have planned and whatever is the actual, you do the investigation if there's any difference. Revaluation. The directors at all of the company's remaining buildings revalued by an external expert. In a detailed approach, it states that York and Co will rely on the valuation as a part of current year audit procedures. So external expert was appointed by the management. So management ka expert. Okay, this is the story. First question. Which of the following two procedures would test for the overstatement of non-current assets? Overstatement of non-current assets. Long-term assets. Choose. The audit procedure. You went to the client place. Overstatement of asset. You have to perform some procedure. Sir, asset में non-current में we don't do sample. No. 100% check. This is so wrong. Agree disposal. Disposal means selling. Sale. In the non-current asset register to cash book and sales invoice. Now, non-current asset में cash book and sale invoice. They are selling the asset, okay? Cash book. If they have sold, it would be at the same price only. BND. You will take from the register sample of the asset selected from the non-current register and inspect the condition of asset to be determined for need of any impairment. My answer is B and D. B and D. Second, which of the following assertions? Assertion means assumptions are tested by the procedures including the audit program for additions. 1 second. We need to read the para for additions. Additions. Amount, date. Everything is recorded. Budget versus actual. Okay. Now, the amount is there. Amount should be there. That means accuracy, valuation. This has to be there. 4. But 4 so is everywhere. 4 is everywhere. Amount should be there. So all the transactions should be recorded, no? And recorded at the correct amount. All the transactions should be there. The completeness is there. 1. This is striked off. Correct? Because 1 has to be there. Now I'm confused with classification and existence. I go and see the assets. See, they have not classified, na? Short term, long term. Existence should also be there. Classification is not in that question. I would say 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4 is C. 2 ka I would say C. 2 ka what I will say C. 1, 3 and 4. Because classification they would have given na. Okay, Acha, short term it is there, long term it is there, type of the asset is there. They have not given any type. I would say there is no question on classification. So 1, 3, and 4. Third, now you are considering substantive audit procedure. That means you are checking tallies, SAP, Zoho books, Intuit, accounting software for depreciation across all the categories of non-current assets. Which of the two are substantive audit procedures for testing depreciation? You have to check depreciation. SLM basis pay, 5% was the rate, 7 years was the asset. Okay. Tally may wherever you see the amount. Accounts, Tally, Excel, Zoho books, okay, cloud computing, wherever you see the amount, that is basically substantive audit procedure. So this is compliance procedure, this is compliance procedure. I see the amount in the question, I see the amount in the question. It is what? It is my substantive audit procedure. It is my substantive audit procedure. B and D. B and D. If you see the amount, it's a substantive audit procedure. Fourth, recalculate the expected loss on the disposal of property A, giving your answer to one decimal place. Okay. Expect on selling of property A. So here they have not given any option. Here we are supposed to calculate. So you calculate, I also calculate. Original cost was 6 million. And they have sold it for 40% of its original cost. Selling price 2.4 million. Loss. Okay. Now we need to calculate book value first. The depreciation is 5% per annum. Okay. Don't take this one. This is on building. And they are talking about property A. Don't take this amount. People generally make mistake here. Don't take this one. This is, you have to calculate depreciation. 5% per annum. Life is 7 years. So depreciation is SLM. That's basically 5% of the cost. 6, 5 is 30. So 0.3 into 7 years. This 2.1 is my depreciation. Correct? So original cost 6 million. Depreciation is 2.1. $3.9. My selling price is 2.4. There's a mistake in the question. Original cost is 6. So this is just saying expected loss. This is my book value. Answer is coming as 1.5. But if you see the question, expect 1.5, that is my answer. 1.5. 1.5 million. So 6 minus 2.4, 6 minus 2.1, 1.5, correct. Original cost minus depreciation 2.1 minus the selling price 2.4, 1.5. 1.5 is the answer. 1.5. I verified it. 1.5 will come. Fifth, in respect of revaluation, which two of the following regarding expert is true? Revaluation, revaluation. Using the work of what is expert. This is management का expert. Reference to the work of the external expert should not be included in the what is word correct because you include management, you include auditor expert, not management expert. The objectivity of value must be assessed before placing reliance on valuation report. Correct. In your audit report, you include not management ka expert, you include auditor ka expert. If you see this one here, they have said the directors have appointed an external expert. That means he is basically management ka expert. In your report, you write auditor ka expert. So this is basically B and no C and D. C and D. Fifth is C and D. Let's check the answer. B D B D C C B D B D. Oh, 1.5, 1.5. C D C. 40. Understood? So like this question we're gonna solve every time. Okay. So today I've taken a very small session wherein we have solved three papers, questions around 15 questions we have solved. If I show you the Google this PDF, it's around 75, 73 pages. So in the next session will be a little lengthy wherein we're gonna talk about like around 4 or 5 papers. So I hope you come, you attend the session. If not possible live, if you can attend in recorded also. Okay. And you can buy this product also by visiting our website. So few content will be there on the YouTube. Rest will be sold as a product. You can go and visit our website. I hope you have liked the session. Do share with all your friends, whoever is appearing for the paper. Whenever he or she is appearing, I wish you all the best. Clear well in your exam. Okay. We meet in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.